Hi guys, it's Dawn and Rod, Team Rad today at Rad Auto Repair. The shop is extremely noisy, so we decided to sit in the car and talk together. I deem today Ladies Tips Tuesdays, and this is my way of reaching out to the women out there who are confused and overwhelmed and just uneducated in the decisions that are made in the auto repair business. You'll go in and they'll tell you need this, this, and this, and you don't know what you need. So I'm just trying to help you in that decision-making process and give you a little bit of education to back up whatever you decide. So today I want to talk about conventional and synthetic oil and the differences. And sometimes they tell you need one, or sometimes they tell you need the other, and why you would choose one over the other. The engine obviously is made up of a million moving parts, and they're all made of metal. And metal needs to be lubricated, otherwise it creates heat. And heat in an engine is bad. This is why you need to keep your oil filled and not let it get low or empty, because when that engine heats up, it starts scraping together and creating shards, and that leads you to a blown engine. So we've got conventional and we've got synthetic. Rod, is there anything you want to
Sure.
say?
The best way I can describe it is the old conventional oil is basically your crude oil that came up out of the ground and was refined a little bit. It creates a lubricant, which is good for the engine, as Don mentioned, but it's not as good as the full synthetic, which is a pure man-made oil. So if you can take an oil and improve upon it and make it, I guess, slipperier, less friction, less heat for the engine, overall, for the time and life of your engine, it's going to give longevity, less heat, less friction, equals a much improved performance and again, life of your engine. So that's why you may want to move to a full synthetic oil as your miles get higher on your vehicle. Or a lot of newer cars, it's required. When we look up the specs for your newer vehicle, it might show that a full synthetic is needed to run that engine, and it may void a warranty if you do not use it. If you've ever switched to a full synthetic, it's usually best to stay with that full synthetic and not switch back to a conventional oil. Now, there is a mid oil that's a synthetic blend. We use that here as Rad as our normal oil, so you're getting a little bit better than conventional with the synthetic blend. But again, if your vehicle calls for it, or you want just a longer lasting, less friction, less heat in your engine, switch to that full synthetic oil. It does cost about double of your regular oil change, but you also can go about double the miles between your oil changes. So instead of normal, what you've heard in the past is 3,000 miles or 3 months between oil changes with the regular conventional oil, you now can go between 5,000 and 6,000 with your full synthetic oils. You'll even see some of your higher priced oils, such as Mobil 1, advertising, as long as 15,000 miles or a year between oil changes. And the oil is made for that. The only thing that I would, give you a little bit of warning is then your car's not being seen for 15,000 miles or a full year. And that's not always good. If you do buy that oil and want to go that long between oil changes, you may still want to make an appointment just to have an inspection on your vehicle to check other fluids, check suspension, batteries, coolant level, brakes, because a year or 15,000 miles can be a long time in between checkups on your vehicle to make sure that it's still running properly and has all the proper fluids and braking power.
Okay, so that's pretty much where we stand here at Rad Auto Repair. We recommend going with the synthetic version. Now, that's not to be said if you have, obviously issues where you need to just keep within a budget and you can afford just a conventional oil. Any oil is better than no oil. So don't go so long between oil changes where you're not keeping up with it. You want to make it affordable to you. So that's obviously the most important, because anything that's going to make sure that you can regularly keep up with you're going to be your best option. But don't let it go low. Check your oil if it's been a while. And we at Rad, we prefer synthetic. And then that's it for today.
And that's Rad.
That's Rad. Thanks.